Now, what were your thoughts, in general speaking, of the game in Meek Mill? This is back and forth.
I mean, personally, I think this shit is, you know what I mean? It's like wrestling to me. It's like WWF to me. Like, that's just what it is. Like, and it's unfortunate because, just for example, in Meek's case, like, you don't want to see nobody crash out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is a real street dude, really from the street. So it seemed like after the whole Drake debacle and how that happened, it seemed like people thought that somehow he became a punching bag when that's probably, I don't know the man, but I doubt if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in the game, being an established dude out the West Coast and being somebody who has had a history of lyrically being somebody that's, very, very, superior in regards to, dissing and all of that, like to have to put that together and then start to expect to see violence, because that's the crazy thing about it. Like, these dudes are entertainers, man. They just happen to be from the street, but they entertainers at the end of the day. But the same people who looking for you to bust off and shoot a nigga or kill somebody are gonna be the same ones calling you dumb in your comments when you get 50 years in prison. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be the same people telling you you stupid and why the fuck he this. And then as an artist who is responsible for so many people's lives, man, I'm sure Meek responsible for so many niggas who would, if not for him and the things that he does, be out here in the streets shooting at each other. So you know what they gonna do for you, and this on the game side too. You know what it's not going. It's 9 times out of 10. It's not gonna be the main dude. It's gonna be somebody in the crew that's gonna crash out, and that's gonna fuck up somebody's whole family. People gonna start dying, and that's lame. That's lame. It's nothing cool about niggas killing each other. It's never been nothing cool. I come from that. Ain't nothing cool about that shit. That shit is horrendous. Like, it's a horrible process. Going to funerals, riding around looking for niggas with pistols, trying to dodge the police while also looking to do something to somebody else. It's a horrible way to live, man. So seeing dudes go back and forth and talk about, what they aren't going to do to each other, it's just like, to me, it's wrestling. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see nothing happen. It's all for comments, man. It's all for the public to be able to go up under somebody's Instagram comments and post emojis, whatever the new emoji might be for whatever's going on. So I don't really take it too seriously. But if something does happen, the funny part about rap beef is everybody be forward. Oh man, I wonder what's gonna happen. Then soon as somebody get hurt and killed, hey man, stop the violence. We got to stop the goddamn violence, man. Farrakhan come out, yeah, we got to stop the violence. Why are we doing this, my brothers and sisters? We got to stop the violence. So it's like, do you want to stop the violence or do you want to see a Wild West gunslinging show? So to me, is WWE, man. Like, it's just like, it doesn't hold any weight, man, in regards to what really means something. Getting your people up out the hood and getting your people to a better life if you get that opportunity, man. Like, if you come from out the street, the fuck you want to still be doing street shit for when you rich? That's stupid for you to still be trying to be in the streets after you done. Like, do you like getting shot at in oodles and noodles, nigga? Like, that's what you want to be doing? I mean, you can go back and touch the people. There's nothing wrong with going back and touch the people. That's what you're supposed to do. You can go back from time to time and be like, hey, even though I'm where I'm at, I'm still a part of y'all. I still love y'all, and do things. Leave something there that they can remember you by that's of substance. Build a park. Build a after school program. Do something that the people can see to remind you of them, remind them of you rather, when you out doing whatever it is you doing, to be able to put those type of programs and things in your community. But trying to still be a gangster after you done made it out is some of the most asinine thinking in the world to me. And I think that every time that two rappers go at it, it makes it seem like, it just glorifies street shit from people who ain't never done street shit. Like, you see so many people, I mean, like, you'll go through comments and see white dudes in the comment just like 12 years old talking about you a pussy. It's like, really? And then you can't not react to that, because you a pussy is still you a pussy. Regardless of who it's coming from, the connotation of what that means is still you a pussy. So now you got you a pussy all in your chest. And you know what I mean? And you got to go out here and be out in the world and you got you a pussy from Gunther, the 12-year-old little boy in Westchester, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous to me, man. Like I don't get no, like I don't even like to watch that shit, man. That shit crazy to me because I'm really, I'm from it, man. I come from it for real. And all I want to do is see people make it out, man. And I think that anytime you got to delve back into, if it ain't nothing serious, I mean, because sometimes, you just run into problems, and that's what happened in the world. But if it's not something that's real, if it's not nobody hurting your family, and it's not nobody, jeopardizing your life for real, then everything else ain't worth it. Nobody fucking with your money, man, whatever. You know what I mean? And I can see how those things can be blurred when somebody trying to discredit your character. But at the end of the day, man, as soon as somebody do something to somebody, it's going to be, oh, come on. God, they stop the violence. Look at me in the camera. My brother, we got to stop the violence. Why we keep doing this we got to stop doing this to each other. You know what I mean? And you done went out and shot a nigga because Gunther called you a pussy. And you had to wear you a pussy from Gunther all day, and you done really shot a motherfucker. Like, so that shit is crazy. I don't find no entertainment in none of that at all. I think, get your money, man, make your music, get your people out the hood, you know what I mean? Live life, buy your mama a house, buy yourself a nice car, fuck some of these bitches that sell tea, and live your life, man. Don't get in none of that dumb shit.